Welcome to the For Listeners program. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week. On the mics with me this week is the Z-Man. What is up, Z?
I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know if I'll be back again.
Wow. All right, that's good. That was actually in tune.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
All sounds the same to me.
It all sounds bad. On the other mic is the mighty Ganthor. Put us up, Ganthor.
I had to come back on a jet plane.
There you go. Well, yeah. What up, everybody? I'm Spear. Welcome back, boys.
Thanks.
How you doing, buddy?
It's nice to have you guys back.
Is it?
From
Are you being sincere?
No, I'm being sincere. I missed you guys last week.
Oh, I missed you too.
It's nice having you guys back from parts south, in Bonaire for the Z-Man, in Mexico for El Ganthor.
Sí.
Sí, señor.
Muy bueno.
And this week something must be done about flying.
Ugh.
What? So you guys flew to wherever you were going.
Yes, mine was a 1-hour flight to Newark. Yay, Newark. And then a 4.5-hour flight down to Bonaire, which I learned it's pronounced Bonaire, not Bonaire.
Bonaire.
Bonaire. The flight itself was actually not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it went off pretty well. It was, it's a normal flight. Some bumps here, some bumps there. But the main issue I have today is the bathroom. Unfortunately, on one of our flights, the longer flight, we got stuck in the last row.
Oh.
The last row where you get all the shitstorms of suckiness. You get no reclining seats.
Right.
You get last off the plane.
Yes.
You get the wonderful aroma of shit the entire flight.
From the airplane or from people who did a poor job wiping their butts?
Well, you got the people who were about to shit their pants, they're farting.
Yeah.
You got the smell emanating as each of the doors open and close and open and close, and it fans it right in your face.
Yep.
You get the amazing awesomeness of having so this is a 4.5-hour flight. Within 5 minutes of that seatbelt sign going off, the line was 5 deep, and it did not stop being 5 deep until we landed.
What?
I don't know. I don't understand it. We counted out. There was approximately 240 people on this plane. 2 bathrooms in the back, and we'll count, 20 seats of first class who get to use the first class bathroom. So maybe 220 people, right? 220 people over a 4.5-hour flight. That line was 5 deep the entire time. And I don't understand how you can't go 4.5 hours without peeing. Now, sure, you want to get up, you want to move around. Sometimes you want to, you go to the bathroom just because, why not? But obviously, there's people here going multiple times in order to keep that line going that long. And in some of those cases, it's got to be at least 3 or 4 times in that trip. And first, that's the other part that picks me up. How is it that you just got on this fucking plane and you still already have to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
You just got on the plane. Did you not piss in the fucking, obviously there's some people who's in a hurry and they were running late, so whatever, they missed, they missed the opportunity to use the airport bathroom. Who uses the bathroom in the thing over using the airport bathroom?
Of all the bathrooms you could choose to use, you picked the smallest, most disgusting
5 minutes
one.
within taking off, somebody's already in that pisser. Who are these people? Why can't they hold their bladder? It's actually worse to be the row in front of where I was sitting. So I was the last row. The row in front of me had it worse.
Why?
Because of all the people waiting. The aisles are so narrow, you can't fit 2 people wide. So the people are queuing to get in, and people have to get out so they can get in. And so they have to squeeze, and it's just basically everyone's ass goes in that person's face the entire time. And then those people, while they're waiting in line, they're leaning on their seat. They're staring at whatever they're reading or looking at while they're waiting. That person had it worse than me.
That's not pleasant.
I don't understand that phenomenon. If I have to go, I usually just keep looking at the bathroom. I'll look behind me just to see if they're open. Why do you have to stand there waiting?
You know why? I'll tell you why. Because on my flight, they would not allow you to form a line at either of the bathrooms.
Good. That's what they shouldn't do.
Well, no, this is the problem. And so you watch the icon or the sign or whatever you want to call it. And when it goes off, you go up, you do the dance to get out of your inner seat, excuse me, pardon me, everybody unbuckles and moves out of the way.
Right.
And you start walking down the aisle, and somebody further up beats you to it.
Right, and then you never get in because
you can't form the line. And so what do? You
start fighting.
I'm surprised it didn't come to that, because what ended up happening is I finally, I couldn't hold it anymore. I went to the back, and there's an unofficial line of people sitting in empty seats. And so it was like 27D is next, and then it's
You got on
28A and all, yeah, and then but you don't know it relies on this kind of emergent behavior of people to say, the bathroom line's here, just sit in one of these empty seats, and then you do that. And I ended up playing musical chairs because I was in somebody's seat who was actually in the bathroom, so she came out. I had to get up. She sat down. The next guy to go went in, and then I took his seat. And it's a ridiculous game because Southwest, for whatever reason, maybe it's a federal regulation, I don't know, they say you can't form a line, which is how every single thing in the entire world works when you're waiting on a constrained resource.
Right. They ask you not to congregate in front of the lounges or the lobby areas or whatever that is, the lavatory area. They don't want you congregating there because they don't want you combining your 2-ounce bottles of liquid with each other so you can make a bomb.
Oh, because I can't do that by sitting next to the person?
Right.
It's whatever the reasoning is, it's ridiculous. It's idiotic. And it's to the point where, I'm starting to think like, okay, I should have a P button that I can press. And
they give you like a number, like a deli system.
That would put me into the line. And then when it dinged or whatever, that meant it was my turn, so I could get up and go to the bathroom and not have to worry about it.
And they can even have sensors on the toilet seats so that when a person gets up or like they're flushing, that it puts you on deck. Yeah. Now, getting ready.
Yeah.
So what about the sex button for people who want to join the Mile High Club?
You guys ever done that?
No. It's not possible. There's no way that's possible. Yeah. You cannot do it.
I'm claustrophobic. I'm not getting in that space with one other person.
There's no way you could get the clothing down enough for it to work without also having it get covered in disgusting germs and urine and fecal matter.
Well, that's what you have to just.
It's not going to work.
You just have to suck that one up there, Ganthor, to join the club.
It's not worth it. No sex is worth that. It's crazy. And there's not even room for whoever you're getting to bend over, or it physically cannot. I would like to see footage of this in a legitimate modern airline bathroom because it can't happen.
Here's another interesting question. What makes the first class passengers so goddamn special that they need to have their own bathroom?
Money.
Their own classist bathroom? I thought we were above that.
Right?
Money. Hey, if I was sitting up there too, I don't want the peons fucking using my toilet.
Peons. It's not like it's like first class and steerage on the goddamn Titanic.
There is a curtain.
Oh, there's a curtain.
It's ridiculous. I don't know how any compassionate human being could look there and say, like, no, you can't use this bathroom.
I mean, look, if you're in the middle of a code brown and you're playing musical chairs in the back of the goddamn plane, and you gotta go. You're crashing that first class bathroom. There's no doubt about it.
What? Try to stop me. If I'm in that situation, you try to stop me. See what happens.
See what happens all over first class, because that's where it's going to happen, right here in first class.
Everyone will lose. Because all you have to do is give them that look with that bead of sweat coming down your brow as you're trying to clench those cheeks so hard, and they will no one will stop you. There's no way.
That look, everyone understands. Like, dude,
everyone knows what that is,
dude. Yeah. Look at my face.
Yeah.
All right, you may pass.
Yeah.
You may go through the curtain.
My success is already questionable at the moment. If you stop me for any more time, it's game over.
That's right. I'm barely clenching it closed as it is for all that's holy.
So the other thing I really hate with the bathroom whole thing is, like, if you know you have a small bladder, don't take the fucking window seat.
Yep.
That's good advice.
That's a good tip.
I mean, always take the aisle. Don't make me get up to 6 times in a fucking 3-hour flight because you can't hold your pee.
Or don't drink. Don't drink before you get on the goddamn plane.
Right. Don't take the 64-ounce iced coffee before you got on.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Let me take the inside seat. I will not get up the entire time. It'll be great. Everybody will be happy. Fuck you, people on the inside who can't hold their bladder.
I mean,
what I hate about people on the inside who can't hold their bladder as well? Does that make any sense? In addition to not being able to hold their bladder.
Yeah.
The people who close the window shades.
Yeah, and they don't let anyone else look outside. No.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I want the window seat so I can look out and look down and see everything. Why did you choose the window seat if you're just going to close it?
Because you're a dick.
Yeah, that's right.
And you hate puppies.
Yep.
You hate puppies.
And beer.
Because yeah. You eat that fucking kombucha.
What's that going to do with anything?
What is
I don't know.
kombucha?
It's that fucking nasty tea shit.
Yeah, it's that nasty fermented, like they ferment like, I don't know, like cabbage or something to make kombucha, don't they?
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Whole Foods is a big fan of it.
They're horrible, horrible people.
Yeah. So another thing with the inside-outside seats, right? So the drink cart, right? You're sleeping, your knees out a little bit, boom, drink cart right in the fucking knee.
Dude, they do it on purpose.
I know they do. The fucking the flight attendants, I think, are absolutely the worst. They know my shoulders are not that wide, and yet every time the fucking flight attendant goes by, hip check. So my issue with the drink cart is, why the fuck can't you bring your own fucking drink? Like, you're going to be on a plane. Okay, the biggest issue is the 1 hour flight. So the 1 hour flight, they actually brought the drink cart out.
That's
1 hour flight.
Waste.
Literally, we got to the
cruising altitude.
Cruising altitude, right? We got to cruising altitude. They fucking brought the cart out, and halfway through the service, they had to stop the service because we're already going into the airport. And I'm like,
that's a
the
total
fuck?
dick move. You know they did that to be dicks.
Like, okay, I can understand. Like, okay, you maybe brings a little bit of water and some milk or some juice for some kids in case the kids need it. Every other human being on that plane can live for 1 hour without a drink, and if you can't, bring your own fucking drink.
That's true. I would agree with that. If
And
they
then
had cheaper supplies
Yeah.
in the gate area, so if you really wanted one, you could just get it and bring it with you.
Give me a drink
Or
without.
scan,
me a voucher
scan your
coupon.
ticket and grab it before you board.
Yeah, like the amount of money they'll save on weight by not
Yeah.
having to bring that shit on the plane,
Yeah.
and the time for the flight attendants to do that, and then the wait for the stupid carts and all the extra shit that they bring on because they don't know what kind of stuff everybody wants. Oh,
Yep.
money would be so huge.
You know what's the worst thing about the drink cart is when you get stuck behind it.
Well, there's that too. And then, so that was the only reprieve we had during that flight of people not pissing, was when the cart was out. So I actually kind of like the cart in that scenario.
Yeah, but if you get caught on the wrong end of that,
Yeah, that's like an hour that you can't get back to your seat.
Yeah, you're stuck. You're screwed. And then they get angry at you as if it's your fault.
Right.
Like you planned it. I planned to get stuck behind the drink cart because not sitting in my seat is what I want to do on this long ass flight. Thank you very much. Southwest got rid of drink carts.
Good, I love that.
It's great. I think it actually works better. So they got, the steward or stewardess, they take however many orders they can serve at a time or whatever they feel like.
Yeah, like 6 seats or whatever. Yeah.
They go do it, get their supplies, come back with the tray, hand it all out, and go back and do it again. And it's like, okay, that's smart. Not only are you saving space and weight by not having a drink cart, you're not screwing everybody by ramming it into their knees or their shoulders or blocking the aisle.
Great. I love it. That's the great way to do it.
Dude, you need to fly Southwest from now on.
So I did Southwest when I went out to California, and I remember them doing that. And in addition to that, in the middle of the flight after they stopped the service, there was just like a whole bowl of snacks in the back. You can go back there and just grab some cookies and like some popcorn.
The empty house on Halloween. Just
Yeah,
help
it was
yourself.
that's exactly what it was, dude. It was awesome.
Well, they still give you actual food snacks on Southwest.
Oh, like a box thing?
No, not like a meal, but peanuts. I got a bag of peanuts and some kind of chips.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what they had available. So it was like whatever they didn't give out during that first round when they gave it to you, they just had more of them in the back so you could just
Yeah,
snack.
I know. But I guess what I'm saying is I think before that, most recently, I flew US Air or something.
Yeah.
And they don't even give you peanuts or anything. You get nothing.
I thought they
I
had to
think you-
stop with the peanuts because of the peanut allergies or whatever.
Nope.
Fuck kids with peanut
Yeah.
allergies.
See, that's the way. I fully support Southwest in that endeavor. Dude, would you fly if you got loaded into one of those Tokyo Nap hotel canisters
And
they just filled the plane up completely with those? Would you do that? I was thinking about
I'd be
that.
claustrophobic.
I was wondering, would I get claustrophobic in that scenario, or how large would it have to be where you could move around and all that stuff, and kind of like read a book and feed yourself and scratch your face and all that stuff? Because your personal space isn't violated, and they could fit a ton more people on there, so the flights would be cheaper.
You make it like a 2-person tent scenario.
Or that, yeah, if they have different size pods for parents traveling with children or couples or whatever, but.
So it's like the FedEx thing. It's like all those things are perfectly fit so that everything.
Yeah.
Three stack this high, 4 stack that wide, and 10 deep.
You
That
just
would be
load
awesome.
up. You load up, get in your cylinder, and
They gas you and you knock yourself out.
no, I mean no, you're going a little too far. But You're in your cylinder and you're packed in there like sardines, and you just fly. I would totally do that. I think.
It would have to be a very short flight for me to be able to do that.
Why? Are you claustrophobic too?
I think I would get claustrophobic after a few hours of being stuck in a cocoon.
I mean, you could move. You could roll, turn around and roll over or whatever it is you want to do. But
is there a hole that you can stick your dick in and piss?
Yeah. I mean, there would be an adapter. You'd put it on your dick or your lady bits, and then you'd plug it into like the astronauts have.
Yeah.
And then you could just go to the bathroom. I mean, if you have to shit, you're shit out of luck. But should have thought about that before you
had that burrito at the questionable burrito at the at the food court.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, so this woman we weren't flying with her, but she was going to the same place, so she was on all 4 of our flights. Whooping cough, sat in front of me 3 of the flights.
No.
Yeah, see, that's wrong.
Whooping
but if
cough,
it was in one of those
nonstop
cylinders, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't even hear it.
Yeah,
but
you wouldn't hear the babies. You wouldn't hear babies.
Air is getting recirculated into your lungs. You might as well put your mouth on hers and have her just right into your lungs.
I was like, can I offer you a lozenge?
A lozenge.
A Luden's lozenge.
Dude, can you imagine if he actually said this stuff in real life? He'd be like the creepiest serial killer ever.
I want somebody to
offer you a lozenge.
Can you
please? Who the fuck uses longes in 21st century?
That's what you need to do. You need Z to use that word in a sentence with the next person that you meet. A lozenge.
I can pull it out of my satchel.
Your satchel?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just pull my Luden's lozenge out of my satchel. Out of my satchel. Oh my God.
That would be awesome.
So what has to get done about this?
So that was what I was thinking of doing during this whole thing. Minion and I were contemplating ideas of how to solve this problem, and I was just like, well, if I go in there for like 35, 45 minutes, just play solitaire, and like
that's
get the line to back up, they're eventually going to have to go up to first class.
That's just wrong.
I just didn't want to go in there because it stunk. I mean, I could smell it outside, and sure as fuck didn't want to put myself in there.
Yeah, that's just wrong. I mean, I would get vindictive, and I think I might just code brown the whole damn thing. I just paint it, just hose the whole fucking place down. But like,
see, that happens inadvertently, right? Because I mean, you're taller, Spear.
Oh, 6 foot.
Yeah, that's plenty. You count as tall, okay? We're all tall people, which means our ding dongs are located higher than normal, and we're crouched over, right? And the plane is sometimes turbulent.
Yes.
There's
going to be an aiming incident.
And then girls, they're like squatting because they don't want to sit, and so when you squat and then there's turbulence, they're going to miss too.
Yep. And so it becomes almost worse than a porta potty, except with a porta potty, it's usually at a stadium or something like that. So you will never see the person behind you ever again, right? But on that plane, they see it's you coming out of that bathroom. They see what you've done to it.
And they see what seat
you can't hide.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
I mean, you could try that. It was like that when I got in there, but everybody's going to say that, so nobody believes it.
I was listening. There was a comedian that I think that happened to. I don't know if it was like a porta potty or an airplane bathroom, but they said that they got in there and the fucking thing was disgusting. And she's like, I got to clean it up because I don't want the person after me to think it was me.
Oh, that's
so she ends up cleaning it up.
That's wrong. See, unless that's the only option, and this happens at work, I walk in there, I see something, I verbally nope and write out. Nope. Yep. I'm serious. I open the door, nope.
Nope. Not gonna do it.
Yep.
Just nope all over that thing.
Because I don't want the association. I don't want the potential association. I just don't want to do. I'm like, no, it's 2017. Not happening. I'll go somewhere else. Thank you.
So one of the other things that I learned on this flight is a woman got stuck in the bathroom, and apparently the little foldy hinged door got knocked off the track, and she couldn't get out, and so she started banging on it. And when the flight attendants finally came up, and I found out how you can actually open a bathroom door from the outside, which I don't know why you would do that. You shouldn't do that, but in case you want to know how to do that, there's like a little metal placard above like where the door handle is, and it says lavatory. That thing has a hinge and it opens, and under that is a manual override switch for the lock. I think you can actually see into the bathroom through it too. So if you want to be all creepy and peep in there, you can flip that up and look in there. Little tip from Perv Z.
Well, pro tip. Good job, Z.
Yeah.
On a related note, I got up to use a bathroom on a flight one time and opened the bathroom door, which was not locked, and there was a woman sitting in there in the dark on the toilet doing something.
She dead?
No, she wasn't dead. I don't know if she had a migraine or if she was constipated or what, but maybe the light was giving her a headache or causing her stress. I don't know, but I opened the door and she's there, sitting on the toilet doing
Is there
her
even
stuff.
is there even a light switch?
No, the light goes on when you lock
it's
the door.
triggered. Yeah, it's rigged to the lock. So
Yeah.
she unlocked it to shut the light off.
Oh.
Which also gives the sign, the universal sign that this bathroom
Vacant.
is not occupied.
Right.
Talk about awkward. Because again, you're in a constrained environment where you cannot avoid that person.
Yeah.
I mean, was she
So-
pants around her ankles, or was she just sitting there in the dark?
No, they were full hog down.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You see some
Like,
cooter?
what are you doing?
Come on.
No, but part of me was like, embarrassed because, that sucks. That's a shitty situation to have somebody do to you. But then part of me is angry because I'm like, fucking lock the door. Just shut your eyes. Or two, push your hands up against it so the door will meet some resistance. And so whoever's trying to open it will realize, oh, hey, somebody might be in here. Right. But nope, open all the way. Because it was one of the bifolding doors.
Yeah.
Not one of those swing out doors.
Right.
And I'm just like, seriously, woman?
Seriously, woman.
Because I kind of felt like a perv or a creep, but I'm like, how the fuck there's no way for me to know that you're in here in the dark like a fucking weirdo.
She put you in that spot, Ganthor.
I was went on a trip out to San Francisco with Minion and a bunch of her runner friends, and the what do you call the thing, Airbnb that we stayed at, they didn't have locks on the doors. And so the one door that the one bathroom I went into was the one in the hallway, and you had to close the door anyway because it was the hallway door and it opened out and the door would be in the way. So you just kind of left the door closed and people kind of got used to, just opening the door to go to the bathroom. Well, I was in there doing my morning constitution and door opens up. I'm at the point where I'm about to take a shower, so I got no clothes on. Take a dump. It's like, hey. I was like, when I came out afterwards, I was like, that probably scared you more than me.
She get a rapey vibe from you?
She was quite embarrassed.
Yeah, there's just things now that she can't unsee.
Yeah.
Mind the dispatcher says there's a problem at Dynacobble.
What?
Log jamming, Big Lebowski. Come on.
Wow.
That's what he says.
All right.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I've only seen Big Lebowski like once.
Oh, well, yeah. You're excused.
All right. Let's wrap this thing up. What did we learn about flying in airport bathrooms, Z-Man?
Get rid of the drink carts. Bring your own shit.
Anything else?
That's it.
You want to finish your thought there?
I did, didn't I?
Okay. All right.
Get rid of the drink carts. Bring your own shit.
Sounded like there was more coming.
Yeah, it sounded like there should be 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a 2-part of the same thing. That was get rid of the drink carts and bring your own shit.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It
Yeah.
was unclear.
Or how about bring your own shit so you can get rid of the drink cart?
There you go. All right, Ganthor, what did you learn?
Cylinders for everyone.
Cylinders for everyone. Just rack them, pack them, and stack them.
It's like the Matrix. We can plug in and you can use this for batteries too.
There you go.
Offset some of the fuel.
What did I learn? I learned stay out of the last row of the airplane.
Second last.
And the second to last row in the airplane. And if you're going to sit there on the toilet, you might want to close that latch so that Ganthor doesn't walk in on you with your pants around your ankles.
Pants on the ground. Pants on the ground.
That's right. Don't want to put Ganthor in that spot. That's a terrible spot for Ganthor to be in, right, buddy?
Your mom likes it.
Almost got out of the show. So, if you don't want to put Ganthor in a tight spot, why don't you let us know on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. You can check out the show on Stitcher Radio, on iTunes, and on Google Play. Just search for 4Listeners and we'll pop right on up. And you can tweet at us on the Twitters at 4Listeners. We thank you for checking us out this week, and we hope that you will fly again with us next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
Those windows should be higher up too, by the way. Do you know how
Because you
hard it
can't-
is for us to crouch
Yeah.
down to try and look out?
Yep.
They're like
Yeah.
at chin height.
Well, it's because you guys
Yeah.
are like you guys are genetic monsters. I mean,
We're not genetic monsters, thank you very much. And if you raised it 6 inches higher, it wouldn't hurt anybody because even little kids would still be able to look out.
Yeah, you got to do this thing where you got to like squish down and then turn your head sideways and
Yeah, and it
get a neck cramp.
exactly. You know what people
Yeah.
with cricks in their neck are like? They're very irrational. Is that what you want in an air flight spear?
I don't know if I've ever seen you not irrational.
What?
The defense rests.
They call you Pie for short.
Wah wah.
I don't get it.
Math humor.
Okay.
Math
I was
humor.
thinking of
Always funny.
the movie, and then I was thinking, what was the guy's name from Powder? Because I thought you were going there.
No,
I didn't realize you were going straight for the math thing.
Math geek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Math humor. Always funny.